What was the most shocking moment for you in a TV series or movie? When Walter White stood over Jesse's girlfriend deciding what to do. The red wedding scene in Game of Thrones left me speechless. The Good Place season 1 finale was something. I never saw that coming. In House of Cards, where Frank pushes Zoe in front of the metro train in the season opener. Holy shit, what a moment. Ben's death. Scrubs. https://www.youtube.com/watch V equals dimpwpa2a T equals 3s. The Departed leaving the elevator. The Good Place really got me. Never saw that coming. In Better Call Saul season 6 greater than. When Lalo shoots Howard Hamlin. Less than. The death of Hank in Breaking Bad. The chicken scene in the MASH series finale. First time I ever got tears in my eyes from a television show or film. The list goes on for the TV series Hannibal, but it's gotta be the face-cutting scene. What are you feeding my dogs? Oh, just me. https://youtu.be/mjsc1eb2s7w. When Rita died in Dexter, I had to pause the show and have a drink. Spoiler: Pedro Pascal's head exploding and got me. My brother lied and told me he won the fight. I almost did a spit take with red wine. So, back to it. Proceeds to cave in Glenn's head with a fucking bat asterisk. Buffy's mom. The very last moment of Severance Series 1. Phew. My wife and I watched it before our friends. Recommended it instantly after finishing it, but with the caveat that they should allow enough time in an evening to watch the last 2 episodes back to back. I really hope season 2 is as mind-blowingly brilliant as season 1. Duala's suicide on Battlestar Galactica. I was really into Bones until they killed Sweets. I watched every second up to that point, but the second they killed him for no reason, he could have just moved away. I turned it off and never went back. Dumbest decision I've ever seen in a show. Second season of NCIS. I was in 5th grade and this was one of the first times I was allowed to stay up and watch grown-up TV. The season finale, one of the main characters, Kate, dies by a headshot. This was the first time that I realized that they could kill off main characters in TV shows. Adriana's death in The Sopranos. I had to just sit in silence for 10 minutes after that episode ended. I never thought they would do it. I really thought Silvio was taking her to see Chris. And then when they turn into the woods, my stomach started turning. A gut punch. All-timer shocking moment for me. The plot twist at the end of The Sixth Sense. Glenn's death on The Walking Dead. The end of Street Elsewhere. The end of Newhart. Rosalind Shays plummet down the elevator shaft on LA Law. Edit. All the deaths on ER. Dr. Romano squashed by a helicopter. Lucy Knight stabbed to death. Dennis Gann hit by a train. Dr. Gallant blown up in Iraq. And on Grey's Anatomy, when George O'Malley gets hit by a bus and nobody recognizes him at first when he's brought in. When his ghost dressed in his uniform gets on the elevator to leave, I was hysterical crying. Ned Stark's death. He was my favorite and I am still not recovered. Henry Blake's death in MASH season 3. The ending the first time I watched Saw. Ozark. When young Wyatt and old Darlene Snell hook up. They're like 55 plus years difference in age. And yet it was acted as though it was a totally mutual thing. Kate's death in NCIS. When the twist to Shutter Island was revealed. That Leonardo DiCaprio was in fact the patient. Also from BoJack Horseman, the view from halfway down when it's revealed he's in the process of dying during the whole hallucinatory trip. Westworld, when you realize the old man and the young man are the same damn person in just multiple timelines. I've never experienced a shock like that. Nacho in Better Call Saul dying. The River Song reveal from Doctor Who. Omar getting shot by a little boy as he buys cigarettes at a store in The Wire. The jump scare on Haunting of Hill House. I mean, there's more than one, but **THE**** jump scare. When Colonel Blake died. There are a lot of my favorites in here, but in the episode The Grove from The Walking Dead, when we find out that greater than Lizzie killed her sister Mika to prove that the walkers are just like normal people. Then right after that Carol has to kill Lizzie because mentally she's too far gone and is a danger to those around her. Less than I just felt like shit when that episode ended and it stayed with me for a couple of hours. It's rare for any show movie to have that kind of emotional impact. That scene in The Sopranos where Dr. Malfi gets assaulted in the stairway. It was really graphic and just came out of nowhere. The car scene in the movie Hereditary. Ned Stark. What? You can't just go and kill the main character like that. Lost. The scene with Michael, Ana Lucia and Libby. You know what scene I mean. Movie. Fight Club. I watched in the movie theater with no idea about anything. I wasn't even trying to pick up clues until my second rewatch. TV. Battlestar Galactica. Greater than. Starbucks suicide. An incredible main character, wildly entertaining in S3 as she goes crazier. You figure Apollo can bring her back and she'll do something else besides flying, but nope. Less than. Luke Skywalker coming back and killing all those droids. The end of *6 feet under*, where they greater than kill off the entire cast. Less than. I'd never seen anything like it. Holy shit, what a way to end the show. Come to find out it's considered the best end to any show, ever. Pretty much undisputed. Unless you go to anime. I think Your Lie in April takes it there. By the way, now that it's April, you should start Your Lie in April I think Netflix still has it. The opening of Glow. Greater than. Honestly, no matter what the show's supposed to be about, you do not expect to see Alison Brie, fresh off her stint playing good girl Annie Edison in Community, riding her best friend's husband like she was practicing for the Derby. Less than. They killed Dean in last episode of Supernatural. Reiner and Bertholdt reveal in season 2 of AOT. I never read the manga. Hank getting shot. Puausi in OITNB. People getting vaporized during the nuke scenes in the TV movie *, The Day After. This was when it was first shown back in 1983 during the Cold War. When Bran said he could never be the king, then he said he will be king. HEYO. Netflix Ozark. Helen Pierce death scene. Literally had to hit the pause button so we could unscramble our brains. We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back. That scene from Bone Tomahawk. https://www.imdb.com/title/TT2494362/. It was just so matter of fact. And Kurt Russell's reaction and acting just made it even more affecting. The end of the original Planet of the Apes. The Red Wedding is pretty high up there. This is the bad place. I turned on Squid Games fascinated by the concept of game shows for people with nothing to lose. Somehow, that evening when I turned it on I completely forgot the consequence for losing was death. When the first gunshot went off in the first game, I was stunned. The fifth Final Destination movie. Never saw it coming. Would like to watch it again and see if there were hints I missed. When John Wick rolled down a flight of stairs, then another, then another, then another. The ending to Splice was pretty fucking shocking. Alex's death in The Expanse. The entire episode, hell, the entire season was a nail-biter, and then, bam. BBC's Spooks, MI5. The first season is pre-9/11, so very much what you'd imagine undercover work to be. The agents aren't even armed at this point. Midway though the season, one of the agents is tortured and killed by having her face submerged in hot cooking oil. When Pierce dies and gives the study group hyperviral sperm. We have to go back, Kate, we have to go back. Crazy how no one mentioned this, but to me it's the ending of The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. It had me seated for a proper 5 minutes when Walt ran over those two gangbangers and executed the survivor, to save Jesse. Shocking in a good way, but in Avengers, Endgame. Greater than. when all the portals are open to bring everyone to the Battle of Earth. Thousands of fighters from across the universe, Wakandans, Asgardians, Sorcerers, Ravagers, all the Avengers and Guardians who got snapped, all appearing out of nowhere to fight Thanos and his army. Less than Glenn, that part at the end of The Sopranos where Tony, when Kenny was killed, Evil Dead when that monster ties her up and goes inside her, fucked me up. When Reed was shot in the head in the season 6 finale of Grey's Anatomy. People die in that show all the time, but that shit rattled me to my core. Green Ranger fucking up the core members of the Power Rangers. Shit was wild. Glenn, The Walking Dead. Sad pensive face. Charlie's death in Lost. The Boys. When a train runs through Huey's girlfriend, Buffy finds her mom. Sharp objects when you find out the sister did it. Especially with the way you find out it's anime, but RE:0, Season 1, Episode 15. Greater than. Ram getting twisted like a lemon by Betelgeuse in that final scene straight out of a spaghetti western where Subaru's corpse just slowly freezes as blood-red credits roll. Honestly, Ram's death was expected given the nature of the show, but the sheer level of sadism she received was beyond words. Less than. Human Centipede. From start to finish, when Monica tried killing herself in the kitchen on Shameless, I was watching with a friend and he was not prepared. Regular show when Pops sacrificed himself and died. In Boris, 2007, 2010, 2022. Now on Disney Plus, a man breaks up with his crush because she confesses she voted for Berlusconi. Shocking, and I would have done the same. Azura's punishment in the Foundation. https://youtube.be/t05qxf5qlww. When Kimberly went to the bathroom and snatched her wig off. When we realized Bruce Willis was a ghost too. When George used his finger to write 007 on Meredith's hand. I legit jumped out of my chair. Oh my god, it's George. I don't watch the show anymore, but it was easily the best season finale I've ever seen. The Magic School Bus. When Arnold took his helmet off in space and died. No really though, the scene in Saving Private Ryan where CPL Upham wouldn't go up the damn stairs. Omar getting clipped. Ned Stark or the Red Wedding. When the kid's head gets knocked off by a pole in Hereditary. I screamed OHHHNO. Unexpectedly at that. It just flew out of my mouth and loud. The scene in Saving Private Ryan where the guy gets stabbed through the heart and his friend does absolutely nothing to stop it from happening. That scene fucked me up for a long time. I still think about it sometimes and it bothers me. The OA's last scene. Gail Binker and BB. It wasn't a chicken. Brad Pitt getting struck by cars and flipping the air and Meet Joe Black. https://media.tanner.com/qfolwbmwac/meet-joe-black-hit-by-car.gif. Not Penny's boat. I was so angry I cried. Cat scene in Boondock Saints. Dragon Ball Z Kai. When Gohan turns into a great ape the first time, or when future Trunks kills Frieza. I only watched a couple episodes of Dragon Ball Z in the 1990s, thinking that the show dragged a bit. As an adult in 2013, I decided to watch Kai. I knew about some things beforehand due to pop culture, but was mostly unspoiled. As a result, when Gohan turned into a great ape, I was shocked out of my gourd. I knew about Super Saiyan, but not that. And when Trunks came out of nowhere to kill Frieza, I stood up and applauded. I had no idea who Trunks was, but was vowed. Smaller side note, the only episode I remember seeing as a kid was when Den was brought back to life and used poor Unga to wish everyone off the planet. As a result, I thought that the Namekian Dragon Balls were the normal ones, not the smaller ones on Earth.